The London Islamic School opened in 1996 with the goal of providing a complete Islamic education for students. Enrollment has grown steadily since then. There are now more than 270 students attending and a list of students waiting to get in. While most of the students and teachers here are Muslim, it is not a requirement. Melissa Inglis is one of the non-Muslim teachers.
I've been teaching at the London Islamic School. This will be my second year. At first, I was a little bit apprehensive, I think, when I started here, but now it's sort of second nature. So wearing the hijab and the uniform and everything, it's just become part of my regular routine. If everybody was the same. I don't think about it much anymore, but other people are very interested in asking me about the culture and things, and I'm very honest when I tell them that, you know, I really love it here and I enjoy it and that we're sort of a big happy family.
Despite some obvious differences, this school bears many similarities to other schools in London, particularly when it comes to what happens inside the classroom.
Basically, our school is following 100% the Ontario curriculum when it comes to the academic aspect. And we're adding to that the Islamic studies for our kids because most of them are Muslims. And we also teach them Arabic, which is the language of the Quran and the Islamic studies.
And that's what I usually emphasize to people when I talk to them is they ask, what do you teach? And so I say it's the exact same curriculum, the Ontario curriculum that you would teach at any other school. Language, like Arabic is taught, but it's taught by a Rotary teacher. That's not myself. And Quran as well is taught by a Rotary teacher.
We take like geography and Islamic studies and Arabic and Quran, and those are the extra subjects we take, and they're really helpful to us.
It's fun. I've been learning a lot. I've been learning about my religion, and it's perfect for me, and I feel really comfortable here.
Mihad Fahmy has 3 children attending the school.
I grew up in the public school system myself, and I learned Arabic and Islamic studies quite separate from the sort of formalized education Monday to Friday. So we were looking for more of a holistic kind of setting, and we were hoping that the Islamic school would provide that.
And while her children are receiving their Islamic education here, Mihad says it is important to strike a balance to make sure her children are well integrated into the rest of society.
You know, when I talk about the public school, it is actually sort of a foreign world to them, but at the same time, like so many other parents here, what we try to do is we try to make sure that they are attending other activities. So my daughter is in Brownies, for instance, which really is kind of, I think of that as kind of like her public school experience once a week, because eventually they will be in the high schools, and I think it's always a choice that a lot of the parents have to make is you don't want to isolate them.
Usama Kamal graduated from the London Islamic School in 2005. He says as the school has grown, the students have had more opportunities to interact with other schools and faith groups.
Gradually, as I grew older, moving on to the upper years like grade 6, 7, 8, we were more exposed to these really nice field trips that took us to, you know, the church, or they took us to these public areas. We've been to the University of Western Ontario numerous times. We participated in science fairs where we got to interact with other schools. So at the beginning it might have been a little issue, but once the school developed, and you can tell because it grew a lot, it wasn't a problem anymore because we were opened up to all this, you know, all these things that other public schools are doing.
Emer McDermott was raised Catholic but converted to Islam when she got married. Her children started out in public school but transferred to the London Islamic School as soon as space became available.
My husband works a lot, and I don't have a background in Islamic or Muslim. Slowly learning with the kids and that. So we decided that this would be the best place for them to get both their education and learn about their culture and their religion. The kids had quite a bit of an adjustment in the first years going from public school to this school, but they've caught on really well, and they're really helping them to catch up as the work was a little bit higher, a little bit harder and a little bit more than what they've done. They went from JKSK every other day or half-day classes to full-day school at desks and a lot more work. So they've really helped them out a lot and gave them the extra help that they needed to catch up, and they're starting to really enjoy it here now.
To maintain a positive learning environment, the school boasts a very proactive approach to behavior and discipline.
I will really emphasize the fact that we have a very safe, because I look around me in other schools, and even students who are coming from public school here, the parents would tell me how safe is this school.
It's a really welcoming environment. It's a really good place to be if you want to feel at home and just be relaxed and chill with your friends. Yeah.
Well, because we all have the same religion, and the fact that we're wearing uniform as well, so no one can bully each other on what we wear and how we look.
I feel like that's a big difference that we have with our school and some of the other schools. Like, students are just, I find, more respectful towards one another, and I think it's because of the strong moral background that they have, you know, with their religion and whatnot. And I feel like that really helps when it comes to problem solving or anything like that on the playground.
That positive behavior is constantly reinforced, both inside and outside the classroom.
We have 10 values that we celebrate, and this month value was fairness. So basically every month we try to have that culture for the whole school, involving also the parents. So when we say this month is, let's say, fairness, so the students will try to demonstrate that, the teachers will include that, integrate that into their curriculum. The parents will also get involved in anything that is related to fairness.
And the students aren't the only ones who are learning valuable lessons.
Being a teacher, the students have actually taught me more than I probably have taught them in my year and a half being here, and it's like a second home.